Hello, YouTube and Facebook. It's Brandon Mays, and I'm going to attempt for like the 40th time to record a docu-series on my journey through art, religion, and mental illness. The art is video game art and design, comic book design, rap, poetry, stories, graphic novels, uh, video game manuals for games that I made that never came out yet. I was doing all this as a kid, but it was mediocre work, but I loved it. People liked it. Kids liked it. We all liked it, but um, so let me just stick on that for a second. I come up. I don't remember what age I was when I started drawing, but the first character I remember drawing, well, the first thing I remember learning was how to use those big old brown pencils in elementary school. Remember those big old, I don't know if you grew up in 86, if you're 86 baby, but they had those big brown pencils with the big triangles, rubber triangles on the pencil to put your fingers and help you learn how to write. So when I was doing that, that's when I started drawing shapes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. A triangle, a square, a circle. This is cool. I like shapes. And ever since I learned how to use a pencil, I've been drawing and doodling shapes and squiggly lines and stuff. And then I drew, the first character I drew was the 7-Up character from the 7-Up pop bottle. And it, I enjoyed it, and I said, I want to keep doing this. I just kept drawing. And then coming up in school, I always draw my homework, do the homework, and then draw on the back of it just to put a character on it. I really enjoyed it. But as I developed, I learned that really what I was doing was copying what I was seeing and putting my own spin on it. Just kind of copying the story and making it my own. So I would take characters like Street Fighter characters and I remember taking all the Street Fighter characters and making my own versions of them. My own versions of the X-Men. And I love drawing Wolverine. That was my man, Wolverine. Um, Coming up, I used to grab my toys and do shows for my mom, my dad, and my brothers. And I would say, "Come watch this show," and I would sit there and make up cartoons with my toys after watching an episode of X-Men. And my mom, I had them there for like 2 hours. And mom like, okay, Brandon, let's wrap it up now. Let's wrap it up. But she'll be nice and watch it and indulge me and let me entertain her with my imagination. And I love that the fact that when I was young, my imagination was just rolling. And I was getting 90s and 80s in school too. So it was like, it seemed like I was going to be a bright kid. It seemed like I had a bright future ahead of me. At one point, I went to a gifted and talented school when the Olmsteads were really popping. When you can get in there if you had talent, and they recognized me for playing the drums. And honestly, I'm not really good at playing the drums. I'm alright at playing the drums, but I got an award for that, and I wish I knew where it was at. I don't know where that award went. It was beautiful, man. It looked that award was official. I never got an award for drawing. I was supposed to get a bachelor's degree for drawing, but that shit fell through. I don't mean to curse, but I get passionate when it comes to that degree. That's all I had. So I want you to understand that art was all I really had. Like I had family and all that, but I never fit in with my family. I never fit in. Like I was always like weird. Like I was always weird. Like so the connection I had to everybody that I knew was, oh, Brandon can draw and Brandon's religious. Like that was those were my two points of connecting to people. It's just that, yeah, I go to church every day, and I draw pictures. So that's one thing I want to say. So art is very important to me. Religion is very important to me. Christianity. When I was young, I was really into it, man. Like I really believed everything that came out the pastor's mouth and everything that the Bible said. It was really cool, and all the characters in the Bible, people in the Bible, characters, whatever you want to call them, ideals or symbols. But we worship God, man. We worship Jesus, man. We took it serious, and we weren't one of the families who were doing everything under the sun. We really would come home and read that Sunday school book and read the Bible for hours at the table, and we'll pray together, fast together. We did it all together. And then we'll clean the house and eat and laugh and joke and watch Simpsons and watch Simpsons, King of the Hill, stuff like that. Then we do our homework, go to bed, or do homework first, then go to bed. I'm tired. You gotta excuse me, but I'm trying to run through this video because I'm trying to get to the story. The stories I really want to tell. This is just laying the foundation, telling you why art, religion, and mental illness is so important to me. So I was into Christianity for about, I would say, 17 years. I was into art for about the same time, 17. Well, I probably was into art for about, when I started drawing, when I was 4, 5, I don't know. I would say I was in the art for like 25 years, in the religion for 17 years, and then now I'm knee deep into mental illness for the past 10 years of my life. So ages 7 through, from that I can recall, ages 7 through 17, 7 through 23, it was all about drawing pictures, making video games. Well, I wasn't even making video games back then, but I was, I'm going to put it back this way. Ages 7 through 17 was all about drawing characters, coming up with video game ideas for my own video games, collaborating with my man Big B, shout out to Big B, on video game ideas that we had together and that he made himself, that he wrote. Drawing for other kids when they had projects that require art. I would draw for other kids sometimes so they can get a good grade on it. Playing the drums since I was 12, so playing the drums. But I wish I could have got better at that, but I feel like I kind of blame the fact that a lot of the higher ups, a lot of the real good musicians left, didn't really teach me much. They kind of left me just all on my own. Like, hey man, take the sticks and do your thing. It's like, you gotta teach me something, bro. Like, teach me. And another thing was we played the same beat in our church, the same 2 beats over and over. It was either fast or slow. There was no in between. There was no variation. The same songs. Or that's it. Over and over again all day long. You know what's funny? I grew up in church all my life, but I never liked gospel music, really. Isn't that something? But I love the preaching. I always loved the preaching, and I love the reading of the word. That's what I really liked about church, was the Bible and the preaching and the teaching. I really didn't get into the music like that, and that's why I really wasn't that good too. I wasn't in love with the music that we were playing. If we would have played some songs I liked, I probably would have got more enthusiastic and practiced more and got into it. I used to practice, but I had just stopped practicing because I'm like, like they playing the same beats, like we not really growing in our devotional service. we're just playing the same old stuff they've been playing since back when they was kids, you know. But where am I going with all this? So drums, drawing, writing raps and poetry, stories, comic books, um, uh, let's see what else. What else is going on? Okay. So at the age of 17 was the turning point where I had a decision to make. Was I going to stay in church and go deeper into my Christian faith, or was I going to go to college and establish myself as a man, establish some kind of economic stability for myself as a growing young adult? My dad told me to go to college, and there was no choice in the matter. I had to go. So I went 2 weeks after high school graduation. High school was uneventful, man. I hated high school. Hated high school with all my heart. I hated high school. I mean, I had no friend. I had a couple of friends, but really, the friends I did have, we were friends because we had no other friends. We had nothing in common, really. We were just like all the outcasts at the same table because we couldn't sit with the incast, so we just did our own thing. But oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing. My whole life I got bullied and made fun of. I was real little and skinny, so it was easy to get pushed around. I didn't start developing muscle, even though I worked out in my life. I didn't start developing muscle till I was 17, and all of a sudden everybody was cool with me. I'm like, wow, this is some bull. Like, you know, now y'all want to be cool. When I was skinny, y'all used to beat me up. Now I want to shake my hand now that I can beat you. But that was something I realized too, like how important power is, physical power. You know, if you don't have no physical power, people will run over you. They will dog you. And if you don't have no verbal game, they will dog you verbally. And I got dogged in both ways all my life. So finally, I fought back a couple of times, but so back to the 17. So finally, I had a chance to go to college, and this is what I want to get to. I was real close to all my church friends. We were all serious about God and coming up, but everybody was kind of getting to the point where they were either working, getting a driver's license, or going to college. And I was trying to do it all. I had a job. I was working on my license. I had a permit, and I was going to school. I should have went to school in the city because I probably would have my license and a job right now. But I went to school out of the city, and I got jobs out there. But when everything hit the fan, man, it was a disaster. So I'm gonna stop it here, and we're gonna come back. All right.